Hey folks, this is Uli with Interordnance and Royal Tiger Imports. Hope all is well, hope your families are doing good in these strange times and crazy times, and hope you guys are doing well. Well, like I said before in my previous videos, I want to give you a little bit of history, and today I want to talk about a world traveler. What I mean is about a K98 made in 1937 at the Emma factory in Germany. And, this rifle traveled kind of all over Europe and then later on to Africa. I will show you later on Google the exact locations where the rifle was made, where the rifle traveled to, and where we found it. So that will be later on in this video, but the history is as follows. The gun was made at the Emma Works in 1937. It was delivered to the Wehrmacht. And of course, as you all know, on September 1st, 1939, World War II broke out and Germany invaded Poland. And the gun basically saw action in Poland. So then in 1940, the gun basically saw action in the Netherlands and then France. And probably in 1941 up to 1944-45 action in Russia at the Eastern Front. So the gun basically traveled all over Europe, saw action, and then it was shipped back to the plant, probably to Brno plant for reconditioning, and there it received a different front sight, so which accepts the front sight hood, and of course a different stock and so on and so forth. And after it was reconditioned, it was shipped down to Africa, to Ethiopia. So it's really interesting how the guns ended up down there. And, let's follow it on the map so that you guys can see what was going on. So please stand by. So folks, let's start the amazing journey of this K98 S27 1937. So it was made in Erfurt, Germany. So here's a map of Central Europe. And let's scroll in to see the town of Erfurt. Here's the town of Erfurt, Germany. And like I said, it was then given and issued to the Wehrmacht. And in 1939, it was sent then to Poland, which we have here. And folks, don't forget, the borders of Poland were completely different in 1939. So up to 1945. So this part was East Prussia, the northern part, that was Germany, and all of this basically was a German Reich over here, including Czech Republic, and that was all, and Austria. That was all the Greater Germany. So the borders were completely different, and millions of Germans lost their home or were killed in 1945. So anyhow, so basically this gun saw action in Poland. Then after the successful Polish campaign for the Germans, it saw probably actions here in Belgium or the Netherlands, and then action in France. And, and then it's when the Russian campaign started in 1941, June 22nd, 1941. It probably saw action all over the Soviet Union. And here, let me scroll the map around. Here we have Belarus, here is Moscow. So it saw basically action all around here or in the Ukraine. And then it was sent back to Brno, which we have right here, in to the Waffenwerks Brünn for refurbishment. And probably when the war ended in 1945, the Czechs overhauled that gun and sold it to Ethiopia, where we found it last year. So let me scroll to the map to Africa and scroll to Ethiopia, which we have right here. And here's the map of Ethiopia. And again, these guns were basically stored here. Let me try to find the city where the guns were stored. Stand by, please. I'll just need to see where we can look for that. Here we go, and look in Adama, Ethiopia. Here we go. And Google Earth will bring us here. That's the city of Adama. And let me try if we find the warehouse complex from there. Here we go. Folks, these are the warehouses. So folks, this is another rifle, the K98. And let me show you the markings. As you can see, S27, 1937, crisp and clear markings. All the Waffenamts here on this side. Crisp and clear, nice action. But as a collector, you see the stock is definitely a later war stock. It has a cup butt plate and it doesn't have the proper rings. As you will know, the early K98, they didn't have a side hood, they just had a single side, front side, and they had the milled upper and lower rings. They had a milled magazine and trigger guard, and they had usually a flat butt plate. So the stock was put in later on when the gun was refurbished. And let me show you also the other side of the gun, and I'll be right back. Here we go. All the nice markings. The early eagles, the Weimar eagles, the cursive writing. Thank you for watching my video. Please stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. I will bring to you next time an interesting story about all the guns the Italian pressed into their service when they occupied Ethiopia. So that's very interesting. We found this AOI stamps on rifles from all kind of different manufacturers, countries, and so on and so forth. So Chassepot's, the FN 1930, 1924, the German GAW98, and so on and so forth had this stamp AOI on the stock, not receiver, on the stock. So it's very interesting, and I will give you a little show and tell about this in my next video. Again, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and if you want to get one of the K98, the German ones, we're sold out, but we still have some very nice checkmate ones. So they're identical to the German World War II ones, but they have the late war features. And of course, instead of the Nazi markings, they have the Czech lion. But these are beautiful guns, and definitely they will go up in value because they're not existing anymore. So thank you so much. God bless, and God bless America.